Hello, everyone. I have to check if we're live or we are not yet live, if we have to do something else additionally. Checking. Okay, not yet live on Facebook. I mean on YouTube. I think we should be live on YouTube. Yeah, we are live on YouTube. Yes, perfect. I see the video of me is quite broken on YouTube. I hope it will be fixed very soon. So anyway, I hope you can hear me. And let's see if you can hear Sebastian. Hello, Sebastian.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Yeah, so everyone who is watching, let us know if you can hear well. I'm afraid that I might not be visible very well. At least this is what I see on YouTube, but doesn't matter. It's important that you can hear me well. And today we'll be talking, or Sebastian will be presenting something very interesting, how to launch Amazon products on using PPC, right? Can you just shortly explain what you will be presenting?
Yeah, exactly that. So, launching products leveraging Amazon PPC has been a real hot topic lately. So I really want to see if I can consolidate information and, distill a strategy that works and that people can use today to take away to launch products that, maybe are brand new or just want to increase keyword rank for existing products. And I'm also going to be going over a little bit of a few strategies, I should say, on how to structure your PPC campaigns post-launch so that way you can continually grow your sales with consistency and predictability.
Perfect. And I really am checking like YouTube stream. I apologize. I apologize. My video is not very clear. I'm really sorry. But anyway, we are doing this webinar also to talk. Or I just wanted to very shortly to tell to the people who want to learn more about PPC that in about few months there will be happening PPC Congress, which is a conference specifically designed for Amazon sponsored advertising. And everybody is inviting. And if you want to know more about this event, just go to ppccongress.com. It's happening in Amsterdam, October 3rd and 4th, 2019. All right. So, Sebastian, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? And I think we will just jump into your presentation very soon.
Yeah, so I'm the founder of ZonRush. We're an Amazon product launch service and PPC service for Amazon sellers. And, we just bring consistency and results. We've been doing this for a long time, and I'm happy to share, very specific strategies that we've learned, and we've amassed so much data. Even we have some clients with over 30,000 Amazon SKUs. So I'm able to consolidate all of that data and present it to everyone here on this webinar, so that way they can have takeaways of, one of the top Amazon sellers in the world. So that's basically it. Here to share strategies and make it happen.
Yeah, cool. If you want to check the ZonRush, what's that about, you can find links below this video. But now we jump into the content. So Sebastian will be sharing with us the slides. And while he's connecting opening his presentation, I wanted to invite to subscribe to Sebastian's YouTube channel as well, where he's sharing some good content. Just go to Sebastian Castaneda on YouTube. And also don't forget to subscribe to Orange Clicks YouTube channel. So here is I think, presentation of ZonRush. Thanks.
All right. Are you guys able to see the screen okay?
I see it, and I think very soon everyone on the live stream will be also seeing it.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, they see it.
Perfect. Well, all right. I'll go ahead and dig in. I thank you guys for being here. I know your time's very important, so I do appreciate everyone who is here for staying with us on this awesome training. So 3 strategies to rank for keywords and increase your Amazon PPC, PDA, and AMS sales by 5,000 to 500,000 a month. So who is this for? This is for Amazon businesses doing between $5,000 and $500,000 per month. Amazon sellers who want an exact step-by-step process to launch products using Amazon PPC. Amazon business owners who want to predictably lower ACOS month after month without slowing down sales velocity. That's an important one right there. And for sellers who don't have a predictable and measurable system in place to scale their PPC campaigns. Okay, so what are some of the benefits of launching with Amazon PPC? Well, for one, the reviews would be verified. That's the way Amazon wants it. There's a few strategies out there that you can do it other ways, but to stay within TOS, leveraging Amazon PPC is one of the best ways to get verified reviews. Full price purchases offset some of the initial launch costs. So because the PPC sales would be full price purchases, that does help you with some of that initial launch cost. And they make it easy. Keyword targeting made easy. You can literally change the phrase match type to exact. So when a customer types in the keyword exactly, you'll go ahead and be able to show your product for those exact keywords, which we all know allows and contributes to ranking on Amazon. And best of all, you're leveraging Amazon's traffic source, right? So buying traffic is easy. You don't have to drive traffic externally. You're just leveraging all of the traffic that Amazon already has. Now, before I get into the PPC training, I just wanted to go over a few updates regarding product launches. The past few months, there's been a lot of information circulating. So I just wanted to shed some light on what's been going on with discounted sales. So for one, we're seeing that rebates are extremely risky, and Amazon is cracking down on this. I mean, rebates have been a very popular way recently to launch products, but we're starting to see accounts being suspended, unfortunately, because a lot of these sellers are, one, asking for reviews and doing a lot of things. So it puts your account at risk. And I'm about to go over real quick, but Amazon actually encourages discounted sales up to 80% off from social media. So I'm going to get into that real quick in just a second. And the source of traffic is extremely important in regards to rank juice. Now, recently, a lot of accounts were getting shut down because their traffic sources were for a couple of reasons. One, the traffic source, giveaway services or just a centralized hub of discount-only buyers. And Amazon already knows who all the buyers are at this point. So if you're using those services and you're setting coupons for 99% off, yeah, it's gonna draw a red flag. And the reason why sellers needed to give away products at 99% off to begin with is because of the traffic source. So last year when Amazon wiped millions of reviews, it was from all buyer accounts who were subscribed to these services. So the reason why sales had to be so high was because Amazon wasn't giving traditional giveaway services any rank juice. So you had to give away basically obscene amounts of product to move rank, launch it at 99% off. And you had to launch at 99% off because that would be the only way your product would gain any sort of traction. So that was just a quick update. And I'm just gonna quickly go over this real quick. This is directly from Amazon. So if you go to Seller Central and you go to Seller University, here's what they're actually saying about promotional codes. That's why when people are saying, max 40%, there's a lot of information circulating about discounted sales. If you can clearly see Amazon themselves, they're saying discounts based on percentage off at checkout, minimum 5%, maximum 80%. So if we're doing 99% off, 90% off, it's a red flag. They're telling you literally right here in Seller Central, maximum 80% off. And here's also, I thought this was funny. Customers love good discounts. So they didn't, as you can see, they're encouraging an 80% off coupon. And I thought this was interesting. They didn't say a 20% off. They didn't say a 40%, 50%. They literally said 80% off coupon, which I thought was interesting. Customers love good discounts. 80% off coupon can drive a lot of traffic within a short time frame. So, I mean, you can see clearly where Amazon's nudging this. And with information circulating, that max discounts allowed is 50%. It's not backed by anything. And I'm literally reading this directly from Amazon Seller Central. And it's obviously for newer products. They know newer products need larger discounts. And so one of the theme of this entire training you can see here, Amazon's encouraging coupons and sponsored products. So we're going to get into this in detail right now. I just wanted to show you this little snippet from Amazon Seller Central. So in the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn 3 Amazon PPC transformations that need to happen if you want to rank for keywords and accelerate your sales by between 5,000 to 500,000 a month while controlling your ACOS, which is very, very important. And if you stay till the end, I do have exclusive bonus content just for the Orange Click community. So stay to the end and you guys will get that. And real quick, who am I? Founder of ZonRush, an Amazon launch service that has successfully launched over 700 products using Facebook ads and chatbots. ZonRush also offers listing optimization and turnkey PPC management services for sellers in every country and on all Amazon marketplaces. My team and I work closely with a master group of 8-figure sellers spending upwards of $100,000 a month on Amazon PPC, and we've finally cracked the code to ultra profitable campaigns and their unique structures. All right. And I'm not just some guru claiming to be the best. Results speak for themselves. This is Carlos here. He's a client from Spain. I just wanted to show you, I wasn't able to put the video here. I just took a screenshot of it just to save some time here, but he's from Spain, international client. Here's one of our most recent clients. As you can see, the spend is $25,000 for only $18,000 in sales. And the ACOS is crazy. And then they started working with us in March, I believe. We've reduced the ad spend dramatically by $21,000 and reduced ACOS by 100%. These types of results, I should say, are astronomically night and day from previously. You can't scale a business if you're spending this amount of money for this amount of sales. You can't scale and you can't grow. So the campaign structures that I'm about to go over are going to help you translate this and implement them in your own businesses. And here's another snippet of the campaign structures we're about to go over. As you can see, these are pretty low ACOSs. And the reason why I took a snippet of these 3 is because I'm going to show you how to leverage all of the match types. And when you leverage all match types, you're maximizing your product's exposure, which you want to do on Amazon. So someone can say, for one campaign, maybe one buyer bought a bunch of product. I'm like, okay. So someone could say, well, that's why you got such a low ACOS. But I took a screenshot of all 3 different campaigns to see that it's not luck, right? It's calculated structure. You can see clearly all 3 of the campaigns with the ACOS all have low ACOS because of our unique campaign structure. So I just wanted to show you that these, like what we're about to go over, works. And we work with smaller clients, and what you want to pay attention to is that intersection right there where you start to see sales go up and ACOS go down, right? Sales, ACOS goes down, ACOS goes up. That intersection, right? That's where we're going to be going over, that intersection and how you can apply the same principles in your business to get that same sort of intersection, right? That's where profit and scaling comes into place. So, and real quick, this is also one of our clients in Japan, just to show you that we have our service in practically every country at this point. This seller in particular wanted to increase their sales velocity, but their average ACOS was 180%. They essentially told me they gave up on Amazon PPC because ACOS was too high, and they started implementing the campaigns that we're about to go over, and you can see now that their sales velocity is going up, and we're closely matching sales velocity with ACOS, so that way ACOS doesn't go out of control. So there's a way to increase sales velocity without dramatically increasing your ACOS. Cool. So 3 steps for increasing your Amazon PPC, PDA, AMS sales by 5,000 and 500 a month while controlling your ACOS. Let's get into it. So number 1, you need to clearly define and map out your campaign objectives. Here's how to analyze your data with both profitability and sales velocity in mind. Now, Generally, exact match campaigns will have the higher ACOS, but that's okay. With exact match types, you're actually moving up in rank. Exact match keywords should have your highest bids, around 20 to 50% above Amazon's suggested bid. Now, broad and phrase campaigns are sales velocity and profit campaigns. Bid either at Amazon's suggested bid or 20% below the suggested bid. And what I mean by this is you can also have highly profitable exact match campaigns. But what I'm trying to outline here is that not all campaigns are created equal, okay? And the number one mistake Amazon sellers make is they don't have clearly defined goals for each campaign. So that's very important. Their method of approach is generally random, with thousands of keywords inside a single campaign and hoping for the best. A lot of the newer accounts that we onboard, we're looking at the campaign structure, and they have thousands of keywords inside just one campaign. And inside one campaign, they have different phrases. They'll have, phrase, broad, and exact all in one campaign with thousands of keywords. So it's been a lot to filter through. So I'm gonna show you how to fix that if your account currently has thousands of keywords. Now, not every campaign is created equal in terms of ACOS, and if you're simply optimizing for a lower ACOS, then you're missing out on campaign efficiency. Now, here's what I mean. With exact match campaigns, your primary goal should be, you do want sales, you do want to be profitable, but you want to move the needle with your keyword positioning, right? You don't want to 100% rely always on Amazon PPC to bring sales. You want to see if you can get the engines going, so to speak, to get that organic traction. And the easiest way to gain organic traction is to leverage Amazon PPC's exact match types, which I'm about to go over in slide 3, and move the needle in your keyword rank. So once you begin to rank for keywords through exact match campaigns, then you're moving the needle with organic sales, and you're going to begin to pick up more momentum, and then you can add more keywords to your campaigns, and that's how this really begins to flourish, right? You continually add more and more exact matched campaigns, you rank for these keywords, and you allow the organic buildup to bring those sales in, and that's campaign efficiency. Now, ultimately, you need to leverage Amazon PPC to help you increase organic sales. And here's a basic outline of what the campaigns should look like. And remember, you're leveraging all match types, and I even have auto in there. So each campaign will have, campaign phrase, all phrase keywords, broad, all broad, exact, all exact, and of course, auto. And you can even adjust the variables, right? With phrase, maybe you can try fixed bids. With broad, maybe you can try down bid. With auto, maybe you can try an up down bid. Exact, maybe an up bid, and increase your product targeting by 50%. So I'm about to go into some of those strategies. I didn't mean to confuse anybody there, but there's so many different things you can do with all of the different phrases that it really allows you to have sophistication in your campaigns, and it will allow you to see more data on what's working and what's not working, as opposed to just having one campaign with all the keywords, right? Because again, you want to maximize product exposure, and there's traffic for the phrase keywords, there's traffic for the broad and exact. So you want to leverage all match types. And here's another example of how it looks. And as you can see, the sales on the right, can you imagine if you just had one campaign, thousands of keywords, and it's all just under broad? So, on paper, you're like, okay, I got to get 24% ACOS, depending on what your profitability line is. 251 sales, you might think, hey, that's pretty good. But can you imagine all the sales you would have been leaving on the table if you're just optimizing for broad? You're leaving phrase match types on the table, exact match types on the table, and of course the auto sales on the table. So you'd be leaving 50% of the sales on the table if just by optimizing for one match type. And that's why we love all match types, because with the maximum exposure, you're going to get sales for all match types. And that's ultimately what you want to do to continually scale profitably. And, the more money you have, you can put into more products, rinse, repeat, an infinite amount of times, essentially. But I just wanted to show you that all the match types get sales. So I call this my LOL system. So now, L, leverage multiple match types, broad, phrase, exact, and auto. Optimize your campaigns by focusing on 50 to 100 keywords at a time. And that's really important right there, the 50 to 100 keywords, because if you're leveraging 50 to anything more than 100 keywords at a time, it's going to be very hard for you to scale your campaigns, because there's too many variables that the PPC algorithm is going to be optimizing for. It's going to be too many variables, and it won't be able to optimize efficiently. So, sales are going to just be scattered all over the place. Start with 50 to 100 keywords, and then every single month do an audit of your PPC campaigns, and lower the bids 50% on the bleeders, and you can take out keywords that are just not getting any sort of traffic or sales whatsoever. And then, each month you can churn in new keywords. So don't add them all at once. You can drip feed them month by month. That way you're continually churning out keywords month after month, keeping scalability in mind. Okay, but 50 to 100 keywords at a time. And learn. So you analyze your data and optimize frequently. Every 7 days is best. You look at your data. Anything less than 7 days, you're optimizing prematurely, and it can have a negative impact. But if you have at least 7 days worth of data, you can make meaningful adjustments to your campaigns that will help you stay profitable. But my LOL system: leverage, optimize, learn. 2. All right. So number 2, campaign auto optimization is the future of long-term profitability and scalability on Amazon. So what does that mean? Well, if you're currently optimizing campaigns manually on a daily basis, you will not only burn yourself out, but you will slowly begin to see profitability diminish. It's a huge time eater, and it's wildly inefficient. This goes for agencies as well, as you will not be able to scale clients' revenue efficiently the more clients you take on. And here's what I mean by this auto optimization. So from what we can see, the Amazon PPC algorithm, it's getting smarter and increasingly easier for software to bid automatically on your behalf in the ad auction. You need to continually feed the algorithm new data so your campaigns don't grow stale. And this is something we've really seen this past year, is the PPC is starting to model more of like a Facebook type of pixel. The algorithm in the PPC it's getting smarter, and that's probably why Amazon's been adding all of these tools, the past 12 months to allow sellers to have more variables that they can tweak in order to optimize efficiently for Amazon's new PPC algorithm. So it's getting smarter. And here's how you can do this yourself right now. If you don't have a software you're using, or if you're working with a service like Zonrush to do this for you automatically, here's how you can do something yourself. So here's a campaign. And when you're looking at your campaigns, you'll need at least 50 sales to make optimizations. But when you're diving into the data, look at where your products are doing the best. So you just click on the placement of your ad campaign, just click on the placement, and you'll be able to see, if you have sales going mostly coming from top of search, product pages, rest of search. And generally, where you have the highest CTR, that should be your starting point on optimizing or you letting Amazon optimize for you automatically. So this is how you can integrate auto optimization. You'll look at where the bid adjustments are. And again, where you have the highest CTR, you can change the percentages. So if your bid is, let's say, $1 and you put a 50% bid adjustment, then Amazon can raise your bid automatically without you having to go in there every week and change the bids and do all that. They'll do it for you automatically to $1.50, right? And what this does is, the higher the CTR, generally speaking, that means customers are resonating with those PPC campaigns. And if they're resonating with those campaigns and the keyword is matching their search, they're clicking on it a healthy amount of times, generally speaking, you'll get a lot of sales. You'll get more sales with the higher CTR campaign. So you're just basically feeding the Amazon algorithm more of what's already working. And here's another note on this, actually. One could say that, well, the product pages for this particular structure, you can see that the ACOS is lower. So you would say, okay, well, ACOS is lower, so wouldn't product pages be more profitable? And the answer is yes. But again, if you're looking at the CTR, there's this interesting balance with Amazon PPC. It's trying to balance sales velocity with profitability. It does take some finessing and it does take a lot of data, but that's ultimately what Amazon sellers should be looking for, right? You always want to balance sales velocity and you want to balance profitability. And in this particular case, it made more sense for us to optimize for higher sales velocity just based on personal objectives. So though it does look more profitable, you'll have to look into your own campaigns and say, okay, which one do you want to optimize more for? Increase sales velocity with the higher CTR or increase profitability. You can do both, which I would recommend actually, but in this particular case, I just wanted to show you we were wanting to optimize more for sales velocity. So, but you can optimize for both. Just so you can have the framework in mind. You always want to look for that balance, profitability and sales velocity. Okay, so you need to feed the PPC algorithm new variables to optimize for on a weekly basis. So, and here's why. As competitors add keywords, adjust bids on existing keywords, adjust placement percentages, and add time rules, you'll need to be more attentive to your campaign structure if you want consistent growth month after month. And that's the thing, a lot of sellers have told me, they've had campaigns, and even, larger sellers, they've had campaigns that were working extremely well for months, but all of a sudden they just start to see ACOS skyrocket, and they're like, how do I audit this? Like, what do I look for to see why a campaign goes from working extremely well to not working? And we've boiled it down to, just all the new resources that Amazon now provides for Amazon sellers with bid adjustments and time rules and all of these sorts of things, up, down bids. As new sellers are adding keywords, adjusting the bid percentages, that also affects all the other sellers indirectly who are targeting the same keywords. And if you're not, integrating some sort of automation, then and the sellers that are integrating automation into their campaigns, they're going to do much better because they're feeding, again, more variables for the PPC algorithm to work with to continually allow them to stay profitable. I hope that makes sense. Each day, keywords are going to change, bids are going to change, and you need some sort of automation to help you grow with this process. And real quick, I did also want to give this little gold nugget here on how to audit bids on keywords. And what I mean by this is this will allow you, so even if you're a newer seller, this will allow you to audit if your product is saturated, okay? So if the bids are above 5% of your sales price, it will be extremely hard to scale profitably. So for example, if your product is $29.99, the average cost per bid is $1.49. That's about, where you want to be. And that's because, let's say every 5 to 10 clicks equal a sale. You can see how it'll be really hard to scale your revenue with anything more than 5%. So it's not impossible. It's definitely not impossible. You'll just have to be more lean and mean with your PPC campaign. So just not have as many if you're If your bids are above 5%, just don't have as many keywords and you should be okay. Just focus on keywords that are 100% relevant to your product, and just keep them lean and mean. Because if you have 50 to 100 keywords and your bid is 10% of the sales price, it's going to get really expensive. So it's not impossible. It just means you got to dial in more focus on the keywords you choose, and you should be okay. All right. But this is a good way to audit if your product is saturated. You're just going to leverage the data that Amazon's giving you in order to tell you if you should keep this product or potentially move on to another one. And ZonRush's proprietary internal AI software optimizes bids on a daily basis, constantly scanning for optimal bid to impression share. So this is what we do for sellers automatically. Each day the bid to impression share changes. So one day bids can stay the same, but and have a healthy amount of impressions. But the next day, if we're using the same bid and we don't get as many impressions at the beginning, starting around midnight, then that means sellers are bidding a little bit more on that day. So we'll more likely bid a little bit less, so that way we're not continually paying more and more. So our software is getting very smart, and it's very unique, and it's able to scan this on a daily basis for Amazon sellers. And then my PPC team edits everything once a week. Cool. So now what everyone came for, keyword ranking campaigns must be part of your Amazon PPC strategy. All right. Cool. So the number one thing that sellers never consider is leveraging paid amplification to rank for keywords that'll build organic momentum. Everyone wants to target the most competitive keywords, and this is the Achilles heel, if you will, for a lot of newbie Amazon sellers. A lot of the older sellers, they already know what's up. They know the game. They know how to do this. But for a lot of newer sellers, it's very tempting when you're putting PPC campaigns and you do the method I'm about to go over right now to rank for keywords. It's very tempting to first target, those main keywords. They have the most sales, search volume, and you're stoked, right? You're gonna rank on page 1 right away. And it's not realistic. It's much better to first target keywords that do have high sales volume, but have low competition. And generally speaking, you should start with long tail keywords. So what is a long tail keyword? It's any keyword that has at least 4 words. Okay. Anything less, it's going to be a lot harder. And the reason why you want at least 4 words is because since they have less search volume, they're usually less competitive. And if you can target those keywords first, rank on page 1 for long tail keywords, and then a month later you want to target your short tail keywords, right? Those main keywords that you want to be on page 1 for, you'll already have organic momentum helping you rank faster for those main keywords, right? Because you're already ranked for the long tail keywords. So you have that organic momentum help push your listing organically when you're going all in on your main keywords. So you don't want to do them right out. Unless you have huge pockets, you generally don't want to do that right out the gate. You want to first rank for 100% relevant, juicy keywords that are long tail. Rank, use that organic momentum to push for your second launch, if you will, targeting those short tail keywords. And like I just mentioned, there are so many low-hanging fruit keywords that Amazon sellers don't even realize they're missing out on. And I even work with a lot of sellers that one of their favorite strategies is just only targeting long tail keywords. They're ranking on page 1 for all of these long tail keywords that no one's paying attention to. And they're organically ranking for their short tail keywords without much effort, because they're ranking for all these other long tail keywords, and it's much easier to do so. So part of scaling your Amazon business to the next level will require strategic campaign optimization to help you gain more organic sales. Cool. So here's how you're going to do this. So first, you're going to add a listing coupon to your ASIN. So it's right here on the left. Just go to advertising, and you're going to want to add a coupon. And once you do it successfully, to the right, that's how it's gonna look, okay? So once you add a listing coupon, max 20%, and the reason why you need to add a listing coupon is because once you start driving all of this traffic to your listing, the listing coupon is going to increase your conversion rate, and that's what you want. You want, since you're going to be paying for all of this traffic, right? You got to make every dollar count. So when you're sending traffic through exact phrase keywords, when they clip the listing coupon, it's going to increase your conversions, and you're going to get more conversions quickly, which in a condensed period of time is going to allow you to rank for these keywords. So you do need a listing coupon. And the listing coupon, you have to set it no more than 20%. And the reason is because, and it's very hard to gauge these things because we've seen verified reviews with 40% off coupons, but we've also, for different categories, so it's really hard to gauge exactly which category you'll get a verified review on. It could even be a dollar amount. But just to be on the ultra safe side, if you do a max of 20% of a 20% off coupon, you're getting the added benefit of one, increasing your conversion rate because there's a coupon to clip, and two, when you start asking for reviews, they'll come out verified because the coupon was only 20%. So you're going to get the benefit of both. But if you, anything more than 20%, the reviews might not be verified, and you do want verified reviews. Okay. And step two, add your top 5 main keywords as an exact match campaign. Okay. Exact match campaign. Raise the bids 50 to 100% above Amazon's suggested bid. All right. So you're going to put the keywords in there. Amazon's going to tell you, suggested bid $1. Go ahead and put $2 and, or, $1.50. And what you can also do is on the placements, once it's live, go into the placements and you can even change top of search result like we just went over, and you can set that to 25 to 50%. So you're optimizing to be at the top of the search results for those exact keyword phrases, and you're going to show up way more than everyone else if you're bidding 50 to 100% of Amazon's suggested bid. So that's the key component right there. And starting daily budget, generally start with $100. And again, this is all entirely subjective on what you can afford. But generally, the higher the budget, the better, because a launch essentially is going to be, anywhere from 14 to 30 days. And a launch is getting as many sales as possible within a condensed period of time, right? It's not getting sales month consistently with exact match types. It's getting as many sales as possible within 14 to 30 days. So that's why you want to bid really aggressively with a high daily budget and up the bids on the top of search result 20 to 50%. Okay, so campaigns must run at least 30 days if no external traffic is being driven. So I'm about to go into some really neat results right now, but if you're not running external traffic, again, exactly like Amazon's asking, how I just went over the coupons plus advertise plus sponsored ads, this is what they mean. If you're not running external traffic, Instagram, Google, Facebook, influencers, bloggers, email lists, etc., then you'll also need to run an auto campaign. So set the auto campaign to 25% above Amazon's suggested bid. Daily budget, $50 or whatever you can afford. So the purpose is to get as much traffic to your listing as possible. The more traffic and conversions your listing gets, the more PPC impressions Amazon will give you at a lower cost. So that's the kicker right there. So if you're not doing any sort of external traffic whatsoever, then you do need to run the auto campaign so you can get more traffic. And generally speaking, auto campaigns pick up traffic the fastest out of all the match types if your product is brand new with 0 reviews. Okay, so if you're not doing any external traffic, do the auto campaign, because the interesting about Amazon is if you're driving external traffic, they actually give your PPC, they actually give you more PPC impressions. So if you're just doing, cold with no sort of external traffic, you're going to have to pay a little bit more to get more traffic to your listing. It's like they're rewarding your listing with more impressions because you're driving external traffic, or you're driving more traffic to your listing. So best practices. So these are important. If you're running external traffic, it's best to plan your social media launch first, and then transition to the PPC launch, okay? So you can still run PPC during your external traffic launch. However, the PPC launch that includes the listing coupons should be on hold. And here's the reason why. If you're running both, let's say you're doing a 50% off discount with external traffic, but you also have a 20% listing coupon on your listing, then the total discount would be 70% off. And you will no longer get the added benefit off discount. And then they see you have an additional 20% coupon, they're going to clip it. So it's best to do the external traffic first, because your listing is going to be prime. So once you turn off those coupons, you got some traffic, you got some, or you got some momentum behind your listing, then you go hard on the PPC with the 20% off coupon. Now you can start asking the customers who buy your product, who redeemed a coupon, for reviews, because it's only 20%, not the 70%. So they'll be verified reviews, and you're hedging your costs again. And you're going to get also more impressions if you do an external traffic launch first, because again, Amazon rewards listings that are getting them sales. Okay, so don't ask for reviews for those larger discounts because they won't be verified. Ask for reviews for the PPC launch with the max discount of 20%, but do the external traffic one first. And here are some results. So in 7 days, these are some pretty competitive keywords here. You can see, at the way bottom, position 150 to number 3, doing the external launch first and then the PPC, right? Here's another one. That's almost like a hockey stick, right? You're at the way bottom to number 1. And the reason why I did this one for so long is that you can see it wasn't just, okay, you made it to position 1 and just fell off, right? This has been there and it's still there, position number 1, right? That it's just flatlined because you did the launch exactly the way Amazon's recommending it. They're not saying do rebates or do any of this. They're saying, do larger discounts, get that organic momentum. And, this particular strategy is once you start driving that external traffic, you then spike it to keep your, to solidify your keyword position. So you drive external traffic, launch phase 1, launch phase 2, you cement your position with PPC, and boom, as you can clearly see, our product didn't just fall off the face of the earth. It's just stayed number 1, right? So just wanted to show you some of that. And also more recently, again, other keywords that are doing this, I just took a screenshot of our website. We post weekly launch results on our page. I think we're the only service that does this, just to show social proof, right? To show that consistently our clients are, ranking the top of page 1 for keywords, right? And Helium 10, is a pretty well-known tool. It's a tool we use to monitor everything. So we do post these results. Again, you can see at the bottom left-hand corner, the reason why these sellers are sticking the landing, which is so important to a launch, is because after they launch with us with Facebook, then they implement the strategies we're going over with PPC. You stay there because it's like the dynamic duo, if you will. From what we can see, it's one of the strongest launch strategies available, and you stick the landing. And I wanted to show this for social proof. So now that we've gone over what's possible, I have some exclusive bonus content for those of you that have stayed to the end. And I thank you very much to everyone who has stayed to the end. Now, and here's the bonus. How to 2x verified reviews and how to double your verified reviews in under 60 days, all right? Now, before I get into it, I did want to offer you guys an exclusive offer since you guys are part of Augustus's community, Orange Click, doing some amazing things. here's some exclusive discounts that I don't have anywhere else, just for you guys who are watching this webinar. Now, I don't know how long they're going to be live for, but I do have them for you guys here right now for staying to the end of the webinar. So if you did like if you do want to automate some of these sales with PPC, you can use his coupon code right there, Orange Click, and you'll save 25% off your first month. And then we do $50 off any listing or launch package. Just use Orange Click 50, and you guys can go ahead and redeem some of these super sweet discounts. Again, this is exclusively for all you guys who stay to the end, and exclusively to the amazing Orange Click community. Cool. So Orange Click and Orange Click 50. Now, let's get into it. Super simple, guys. You know, I did post a video as well on my YouTube channel. So if you guys go to my YouTube channel, you know, later or whenever you guys have time, I'll go into a lot more detail on how to do this and the exact strategy on how this is being done right now. But here is the absolute easiest way to get started. One of the ways to double your reviews is to literally model what's already working for your top competitors. And I do have sellers that have asked me so many times, just how do I get more reviews? How do I get more reviews? And it comes down to, you know, a lot of sellers, especially newer sellers, they're playing the guessing game with reviews. You know, they have maybe some email sequences set up, or they're writing it themselves. They're playing a guessing game of what's working. So they don't know, if they're not professional copywriters, they don't exactly know how to write good email sequences. And people say, well, why don't I have good email? Why don't I have a lot of reviews? I get a lot of sales. And that's because the sequences themselves are not strong. So they're not converting people. And so here's how you do this. So you go to Amazon and find your top 3 competitors with the most reviews. A little spelling error there. Sorry about that. You buy their products. Okay. You can now literally copy their review sequences. It's super simple. This is what we do all day long. And now what you're going to want to do is take note of how many emails they send, the subject line, the copy, and the content of each email. And I can guarantee you your top 3 competitors who have the most reviews, they are providing value in the form of content. So they're not just saying, hey, I hope you love the product, leave us a review. That very first email, I can almost guarantee you, is some sort of content piece. Because if you can provide, a customer just bought your product, so now you're asking them right away to leave you a review. When in actuality, you want to give them more content in order for them to enjoy your product better, and that will increase that reciprocity there. So if you take note of your competitors, you completely eliminate the guesswork, right? You model their exact email sequences, take the guesswork out, and you know for a fact, it's working because your competitors have amassed the amount of reviews that they have. And this is the easiest way to do this. You don't need to pay, you know, a fancy copywriter to write your email sequences or use default messages with some of these email softwares. Just whatever one you're using right now, buy your top 3 competitors, and boom, they're going to start sending you those emails. Make a note of the common denominators and just add all of the best parts to your listing, right? It's that easy, guys, that easy. And that brings me to the end of this amazing webinar. Any questions?
So thank you very much, Sebastian. I hope audience learned something, and those who are watching right now have an opportunity to ask questions. There were a few questions coming in. I will soon read them aloud. And those who are watching the recording, you're welcome. I'm sure Sebastian is happy to answer your questions via email. Actually, Sebastian, what's the best way if people want to contact you after this, watching this video?
Yeah, of course. So they can just reach me at my direct email. It's Sebastian, Sebastian, at zonrush.co.
I still apologize everyone for bad quality of my video, but I hope you can hear me well. And so let's see the first question, which was coming up at the beginning of the show. Gary was asking, there is an issue. The issue really is that how can a new seller compete with existing brands that have been doing giveaways? So do you have any
Yeah,
suggestions for?
yeah, of course. It's actually a lot easier for, especially new products to still not only compete, but to still dominate. All you need to do is apply structure to the campaigns that you already have. And if you're applying the structure that I've outlined in this webinar, you're going to do okay. Especially if you drive a little bit of external traffic, right? Again, the giveaway doesn't necessarily have to be 80% off. It can be some sort of discounted sales that you're driving externally, and then you couple that with 5 keywords max in an exact match campaign. And it's super easy if you just target long tail keywords. It just means you need to apply focus. And if you're going to target some of your juicy keywords, yeah, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be real competitive to start with. So you go after long tail keywords first. It's going to be a lot less marketing cost up front, but it will allow you to gain organic momentum without having to pay top dollar for some of those main keywords.
All right, and then we had another question from Edward. You were mentioning, I think, that there are some problems with sellers who are using rebates, and Edward says, I've never seen or heard of a seller getting suspended for using rebates, and then he tries to argue that, like, where did you get this information? And because they appear to have no TOS direction on rebates.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. This is all in groups and also in emails. You're just maybe not a part of enough groups, I would say. But it's essentially, it's super simple. If you're rebating buyers, it's kind of going under the radar for the most part, but a lot of sellers, Amazon's terms of service, that's what I'm going based off of. They're literally saying, look, this is the way we want to do it: discounted sales and PPC. So they didn't say rebates, because essentially that's a hardcore manipulation in rank. If you're literally getting people to buy your product full price and then asking for a review. So it's clearly much more of a break of TOS as opposed to a discounted sale, which I just read over right now.
Perfect. Another question we have from Maluvrian. He says, does ZoneRush work with small sellers like himself? One person, one product.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of let's say about 50% of our clients are just one person, one product.
Cool. And then I'm not sure what JAH means. Show campaigns with high dollars amount, not $30. Do you know what he's referring to?
Show campaigns with high dollars amount, not $30.
Okay. I don't know. I thought maybe I missed something what you said. Okay, we have another question from Gary. What are the strategies for using paid campaigns?
Yeah, so for paid campaigns, you're going to need some sort of software to help you find, or actually, you don't even need a software. If you just go to Amazon and get no more than 10 competitors, and these competitors, there's a couple things with paid campaigns. These competitors, you want to make sure that, one, you have a better deal than your competitors, because that's going to ultimately increase your conversion rate. If you're more expensive than the competitor, it's going to make it hard for you to be competitive if a customer clicks on your product. If they're already on your competitor's product and you guys have a very similar product, but your competitor has a less expensive option, again, it's going to affect your conversion rate and it's going to be very expensive for you. So only target in product targeting campaigns competitors where you have a better deal, or your product is much more superior, so you're adding some sort of a bundle, or you're adding a bit more value than your competitor, and maybe the price isn't that far off. But that's a strategy, and no more than 10 at a time, because then it can be a little expensive.
All right. So Shirin says, could you explain the pricing on your website? So
Yeah.
let me try to share the screen, but yeah, you can talk about it. And meanwhile, I will share the screen with the pricing. So let's see. We have the pricing here. Actually, which pricing? Launch, right?
Yeah, they should say the pricing for PPC on your website. Yeah. So if you
For
go,
PPC.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can tell us.
Yeah, so if you go to Amazon PPC, it's pretty straightforward. It's $100 a month per ASIN or per SKU, I should say. And yeah, that's basically it. For some of our larger accounts, we do a percentage. And what's pretty cool about ZonRush is that our fees stay, they don't go up with the more revenue or with the more sales you get. A lot of even softwares, they're usually about $100 just for the software, but your costs increase as you make more sales, which makes it really hard to scale profitably if you're doing, let's say, a software or something like that. Our internal software allows us to scale and it allows us to keep our prices, the same, no matter if you're making more sales. So it's actually, it's really great for sellers because our fees don't go up with the more sales you get. However, there's no contract at all. So even if you're just one seller with one SKU, we just send you invoices on a monthly basis. So from 1 month to the next, if the results weren't so good, then you don't have to work with us, for the following month. So we're continually earning your business month after month, but all while keeping your costs the same. So it's only upside.
All right. And one more question from Daniel. Do you recommend lower product pricing for launch?
So for product pricing, yeah, generally you would want a little bit of a lower a lower priced point. You don't want to start at your premium price. The reason being is you want to have more conversions. So if you do about 20% below your premium price, and then as you begin to increase your reviews, have at least, let's say, 25 reviews, then you can incrementally raise your price to your premium price. But what a lot of sellers actually make the mistake of is they'll raise their price post-launch, like immediately they'll go to their premium price. So if they're doing organic sales and it's working well post-launch, and then they raise their prices and they keep it like that so for too long, the lower conversions are going to affect your rank. And so it's going to hurt you in the long run because you're going to lose rank being too expensive without enough social proof. So you can have a really good launch, but if you raise your prices too quickly, it can have a negative impact on your sales until you at least have that social proof built up of 25 reviews or more.
Okay, perfect. So thank you very much, Sebastian. Can you share again your website? So basically, if you want to check what ZoneRush is offering, go to orangeclick.com/ZoneRush. It's an affiliate link. Of course, you're supporting my work if you are ordering Sebastian's services. Anyway, you don't need to order them, but you can watch the replay of this video, and I'm sure it will help you a lot. And if you need, I don't know, if you have additional questions to this presentation, once again, Sebastian, how can people find you?
Yeah, so you can just go to zonrush.co and you can find what we're doing there. Or if you want to see some of the content I'm producing, it's all free on YouTube as well. You just go to Sebastian Castañeda, just type that in on YouTube, and yeah, you can go ahead and subscribe. And I release new videos every single week, so you'll be at the cutting edge of what's working and what's not working on Amazon. So we'd love to have you.
Perfect. And I'm still very embarrassed a little bit of my video quality, because when I see the live stream, it doesn't look very good. So I will show for the people my screen, where I want to talk a little bit about the PPC Congress. So if you want to learn more about PPC and you want to meet the best people in the industry, they're from the Amazon advertising industry, just come to Amsterdam, October 3rd and 4th. It's ppccongress.com. It's happening in Europe. And we are having speakers from all over the world. Brian Johnson is coming, Frank Jordan, Stefano Starkel, a few more names, Danny McMillan, Liran Hirschkorn, Michael Hartman. So this was a short advertising of the event I'm organizing. And thank you again, Sebastian, once again. And good luck in your business. Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. You have a good one, everyone.